Hello there, good evening and a warm welcome to the National News broadcast. Joining you from the National News studio, I am Lakshita Edirisingh.
And I'm Kasani Balachandra Adhikari. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
IMF commends Sri Lanka's economic program. 14 May Day rallies and parades in Colombo tomorrow. Minister Bandula says SLTB buses will not be provided without a payment for May Day rallies. Former Minister Bahindananda Alatgamage acquitted. Closed down Sri Lanka Freedom Party reopens. Steps to ban all physical punishments in all sectors. Legal action against individuals who receive Asavasama benefits by providing false information. 6 killed in a shooting incident at a mosque in Afghanistan.
And we move on to those and other stories in detail in your top local story tonight. The International Monetary Fund says Sri Lanka's economic revitalization program is at an encouraging level. The IMF statement has indicated that it is vital for Sri Lanka to remain and continue within the program implemented with the support of the IMF in future. Director of the Asia and Pacific Department of the International Monetary Fund, Krishna Srinivasan, held a media briefing in Singapore yesterday. Responding to queries raised by journalists, he said that this program, initiated with the IMF support, is at a positive level. However, he has mentioned that the recovery path ahead is extremely difficult. IMF Director Srinivasan has pointed out the importance in maintaining the fiscal policies positively and state governance progress at a higher level. He has further indicated that if the government to continue this program, a positive outcome would be expected in future.
Asia remains the world's most dynamic region and is set to contribute 60% of global growth this year. We now project growth of 4.5% in 2024, which is 0.3 percentage points higher than our projection last October, and of growth of 4.3% in 2025. Near-term prospects have improved as disinflation and the prospect of lower interest rates have made a soft landing more likely. Asia is ahead of the curve when it comes to taming inflation. This said, not every central bank is already fully on track. Some central banks, such as in Australia and New Zealand, need to keep interest rates higher for longer to bring inflation down. While central banks in some other countries, notably China, should keep policies accommodative to combat deflationary pressures. And risks to the outlook remain. For example, an intensification of China's property sector adjustment would weigh on growth both in China and the broader region. And there could be new commodity price shocks. Countries in the region can protect themselves from spillovers by allowing the exchange rates to adjust to shocks. Beyond the near term, geoeconomic fragmentation could severely hurt economic prospects in Asia. In this vein, many countries, both advanced and emerging economies, have implemented industrial policies recently. Often, these measures serve well-meaning objectives, such as protecting the climate. But they should be designed carefully to avoid unintended consequences like harming trade, particularly in a region that has benefited so much from trade openness. There are also other opportunities and challenges. For instance, in harnessing new technologies, including artificial intelligence, while minimizing risks. And faced with aging populations and climate change, governments in Asia will need to make room in their budgets for new spending priorities. This requires unwinding pandemic-related spending and consolidating fiscal positions and containing debt levels to build adequate buffers. With the right policies in place, Asia is well positioned to keep risks at bay and continue to power global growth.
Commemorating the World Labour Day, 14 May Day rallies are expected to be held in Colombo City. Accordingly, the police have said that a special traffic plan will be implemented tomorrow. Meanwhile, May Day rallies and commemorative events are expected to be organized outside Colombo City as well. May Day rallies of the main political parties are expected to be held tomorrow evening. The May Day rally of the United National Party will be held at the PD Sirisena grounds at 2 p.m. with the participation of party leader President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The May Day rally of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna will be held at the Campbell Grounds, Borella. The event is expected to be held with the participation of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Several parties, including Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena-led Mahajana Eksat Peramuna, will take part in this rally. The May Day rally of the Samagi Jana Balavege will be held at the Lower Chatham Street. Party members will join the rally from Saunders area and Dr. Vijayawardena Road. The rally, held with the participation of opposition leader Sajith Premadasa, will begin tomorrow evening. The May Day rally of the National People's Power will be held at Kannangara Street, Colombo. Party members are expected to join the rally in parades from Havelock Road via Tummula Junction. Party leader Anurukumar Disanayaka is set to participate in the rally. According to National People's Power, May Day commemorations have also been organized in Matara and Anuradhapura towns. The May Day rally of the Sri Lanka Communist Party and the Uttara Lanka Sabha will be held at the Lalit Adulat Mudali ground in Kirulapana. In addition, Frontline Socialist Party is scheduled to conduct their May Day rally in Hyde Park grounds and United Socialist Party at Koskas Junction, while Lanka Samasamaja Party to conduct their rally in Nugegoda. The police said that a special traffic plan will be in place in Colombo city in parallel to the May Day celebrations. Police media spokesman DIG Nihal Taldua requested the public expecting to enter Colombo city from the outskirts to refrain from visiting the city limits unless for an essential matter. The May Day rally of the Ceylon Workers' Congress will be held at the Kottagala Municipal Council grounds at 10 a.m. President Ranil Wickremesinghe is expected to take part in this event, according to the President's media division. Ceylon Workers' National Organization is set to organize their May Day rally at the Talawakele Municipal Council grounds. Meanwhile, May Day commemorations have also been organized in Jaffna and Batticaloa areas.
Cabinet spokesman Minister Bandula Gunawardena says that he has instructed the Sri Lanka Transport Board to not provide buses for any political party for May Day rallies without prior payments. He made these remarks while addressing the cabinet briefing held today. Minister Bandula Gunawardena said that he has instructed the management of the Sri Lanka Transport Board to provide buses for any recognised political party or trade union or any other entity after making relevant payments without interfering the public transport. Accordingly, he said that SLTP buses will not be provided for any institute or organisation without prior payments. He said that there are Supreme Court orders pertaining to deployment of buses. A journalist inquired regarding the statement made by JVP member Nalin Hevage in the past week during a program in a private TV channel. He said that the JVP member had claimed that killings were committed during the 1988-89 period. He said that several complaints have also been lodged pertaining to this statement, inquired the minister over the legal actions taken in this regard. In response, Minister Bandula Gunawardena said that as the government, they are bound to ensure society without fear and doubt and constantly oppose any mode of violence while allowing people to continue their livelihoods. He said that they represent a democratic political stream which believes that each individual should receive an honourable death. He said that hundreds of thousands of innocent people died during the war for voicing a different opinion against violence. He said that when he contested in the 1989 elections, the death was the ultimate punishment for contesting in the elections. He also said that the first 5 people who came forward to vote were also killed. However, he said that this truth is known by the majority apart from a few.
In other stories, various entities have expressed severe criticism over the statement made by National People's Power member Nalin Hevage regarding the 1988-89 killings during a recent television program. Several groups have submitted complaints with the Human Rights Commission requesting to conduct a probe in this regard. The United Youth Collective lodged a complaint yesterday with the Human Rights Commission against the statement made by NPP member Nalin Hevage. Accordingly, the collective has requested to conduct an immediate investigation over the relevant statement. Meanwhile, Patriotic United National Party has lodged a complaint with the IGP over the alleged statement. In a letter, the party has said that an extensive investigation would reveal many uncovered evidence related to many killings.
Parliamentarian Mahindananda Alatgamage was acquitted and released from the charge for allegedly purchasing a house in Colombo through illegally acquired money during his ministerial tenure. The relevant order was issued by Colombo High Court Judge Navaratna Marasinghe today. A case was filed against the parliamentarian for allegedly purchasing a house worth 27 million rupees at Kinsey Road, Colombo, using illegally acquired money during his ministerial tenure. The Attorney General during the Good Governance regime filed the case under the Money Laundering Act.
Operations of the locked out Sri Lanka Freedom Party headquarters were resumed today. The headquarters of the party was closed recently due to internal conflicts. Arriving at the party headquarters, Acting General Secretary of the party Duminda Disanayake and State Minister Lasantha Alagiyawanna arranged necessary facilities to resume the operations of the headquarters. Accordingly, steps had also been taken to convene the staff of the headquarters. MP Duminda Disanayake made remarks regarding May Day rallies set to be held tomorrow. Acting General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party Duminda Disanayake said that due to the ongoing legal proceedings, discussions were held with the trade unions regarding the May Day rally. Accordingly, he said that Sri Lanka Nidahas Sevaka Sangame is set to convene all labour organisations and trade unions and conduct a May Day commemoration at the Vihara Mahadevi Park. He said that the Sri Lanka Freedom Party will not conduct the May Day rally tomorrow. Meanwhile, former President Maithripala Sirisena convened a media briefing regarding the May Day rally to be held tomorrow. Former President Maithripala Sirisena said that the Gampaha May Day rally is an important event. He said that 90% of the party is on the correct side. He said that they wish to continue in the opposition. He said that the other faction has no ability to convene the organisers and organize a May Day rally with the participation of the public.
Several Indian artists arrived in the country today to provide entertainment at the musical show organised by the United National Party for this year's May Day commemoration. Vijay Balakrishnan, Ramya Nagarkovil, Daniel Jairam and Reshma Sundaram arrived in the country via Katnayaka International Airport. They were welcomed by officials of the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau. The musical show will be held at the PD Sirisena grounds in Maligavatta. Dharmar Satyaprakash and Nurani Varsha are expected to arrive in the country tomorrow.
Megoda Central College in Homagama has been named as Gamini Jayasuriya Central College. This event was held with the participation of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. The school has been named after late former Minister Gamini Jayasuriya, marking his 100th birth anniversary and the centenary celebrations of the school. The Prime Minister, addressing the ceremony, said that the educational authorities have taken steps to extend the highest honour of gratitude towards the students of the school and the society through this move. Minister Bandula Gunawardena, MP Yadamini Gunawardena, academic staff, students and parents were present on this occasion.
Steps have been taken to amend the Penal Code and the Criminal Procedure Code for banning all physical punishments in all sectors. Accordingly, the relevant proposal has received the approval of the Cabinet of Ministers. The joint resolution was presented by the President along with the Minister of Justice, Prison Affairs and Constitutional Reforms. A recent study conducted in relation to Sri Lankan context by the United Nations Committee on Child Rights revealed that a large number of children are prone to physical punishments, abuses and violence due to lack of legal provisions. The second meeting of the Negotiation Committee on Preferential Trade Agreement between Sri Lanka and Indonesia is expected to be held on the 19th and 20th of June in Colombo. The Cabinet took note of the facts presented by the President regarding the progress achieved so far in relation to the proposed agreement. A ministerial subcommittee headed by the Prime Minister was appointed to further study the proposal to declare the Mirissa Marine Zone as a wildlife sanctuary. The subcommittee has made recommendations aimed at increasing the tourism economy of the southern province by 5 times by turning the Mirissa Maritime Zone into a blue flag coastal zone and a marine wildlife sanctuary conforming to international standards. Accordingly, the Cabinet of Ministers approved the proposal presented by the Prime Minister to implement those recommendations. The Cabinet of Ministers approved the proposal presented by the Minister of Public Security to sign the Memorandum of Understanding between Rwanda and Sri Lanka to exempt citizens holding diplomatic duty or service passports from obtaining visas for a period not exceeding 30 days.
A special program has been initiated to take legal action against individuals who received the Aswesuma benefits by providing false information. The Welfare Benefits Board said that the relevant circular has been issued to all district and divisional secretariats. Chairman of the board Jayantha Vijayaratne said that under the Welfare Benefits Board Act, provisions are available to take necessary action if it is discovered that Aswesuma benefits have been obtained by providing full or partial false information. The District Secretary or the Additional Welfare Benefits Commissioner has been authorized to deploy a team of officers and conduct investigations if discovered that false information has been provided. Following the probe over the false information, the chairman of the board said that the findings of the probe should be reported directly to him. The Welfare Benefits Board said that if it is discovered that benefits have been received based on false information, the relevant party will be removed from the list, and if the individual is receiving benefits already, then steps will be taken to recover the extended funds from them.
All preparations have been made to conduct the GCE Ordinary Level Examination for the year 2023 from the 6th of May up until the 15th of May. Accordingly, Commissioner General of Examinations Amit Jayasundar said that conducting tuition classes and coaching related to the examination will be prohibited from midnight today. Commissioner General of Examinations Amit Jayasundar said that a total of 387,648 candidates are school applicants while 65,331 are private applicants. Accordingly, he said that a total of 452,979 candidates have submitted applications for the examination. He said that 3,527 centres have been set up across the country for the examination. He also said that an examination centre has also been set up at the Valley Prison for prison inmates. He also added that another special examination centre has been set up for patients receiving treatment at the Apeksha Hospital in Maharagama.
With that, we take a look at a few more local news items in brief. The motorcycle parade of the United National Party, which is travelling across the country under the theme Janapati Ranilta Idademu, arrived in Minneria town today. They were welcomed by a group of Hinguragoda UNP local government councillors. Asian Development Bank has extended $10 million worth funds to direct Mahaveli farmer community towards smart agriculture. A program to award smart toolkits acquired under the donation was held in Emblepitia recently. Accordingly, 465 farmer families received the toolkits during the event. Minister Pavitra Vanyarachi was present at this occasion. The final rites of senior provincial journalist in Puttalam district, late Lansage Sirivardhana, will be held at the Mellankulama Public Cemetery tomorrow. He was 80 years of age at his demise. He served as a provincial correspondent for the national television for a long period of time. His remains are kept at his residence in Kottukachia, Anamaduwa. The SLT Mobitel cricket tournament was held at the Thurston College grounds. Recently, 45 men's teams and 12 women's teams participated in the event. This was held for the 15th occasion. Stay tuned with us. News from overseas coming your way after this short break.
Welcome back, and in your foreign news tonight, Afghanistan's Ministry of Interior Affairs spokesman Abdul Mateen Khani stated that an unknown armed person shot at civilian worshippers in a mosque yesterday in Andishe town of Guzara district in Herat province in Afghanistan. The foreign media reported that the mosque belonged to Afghanistan's minority Shia community. Due to the incident, 6 civilians were martyred and 1 civilian was injured. Furthermore, a prayer leader known as Imam was also killed in the attack. No group claimed the said attack. The regional chapter of ISIS is known as the largest security threat in Afghanistan and has frequently targeted Shia communities.
At least 4 people were killed and 32 more were injured after a Russian missile attack on the Ukrainian port city of Odessa, which struck a law academy in a popular seafront park. Governor Oleg Kuipers stated 7 of the injured, including a 4-year-old child, were in serious condition. A person was injured by shrapnel in the blast of a Russian missile attack on Kharkiv, Ukraine's second biggest city. Russia said that it captured the village of Semenka, northwest of the strategic town of Advika, as Ukraine's army said that its troops were repelled enemy attacks near the settlement. German prosecutors stated that they were not ruling out a political motive as they investigated a 57-year-old Russian citizen arrested on suspicion of stabbing to death 2 convalescing Ukrainian soldiers over the weekend. The soldiers who were recuperating in southern Germany were found with serious stab wounds outside a shopping center in the Bavarian town of Murnau.
Authorities stated that 4 law enforcement officers, including 3 on United States Marshals Task Force, were killed and 4 others were injured yesterday after being shot while attempting to serve a warrant in Charlotte, North Carolina. Around 1:30 p.m., members of the United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force were attempting to serve a warrant for the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon at a suburban home in Charlotte. The suspect fired at the officers with a high-powered rifle as they approached the residence. After a long standoff, officers cleared the residence and arrested 2 people inside the house, including a 17-year-old, into custody for questioning. It was believed that at least one of the 2 had fired on the officers. 3 members of the United States Marshals Task Force were declared dead.
Rescuers searched for many people missing amidst devastating flooding across Kenya. The Ministry of Interior and National Administration said today that a search operation was launched following the bursting of a dam in Mai Mahiu in the city, or rather in the center of the country, the previous day. Hundreds of people were reported to be dead as heavy rains lashed East Africa in recent weeks. Approximately 46 people were reported dead yesterday morning after the bursting of the dam led to mudslides and flash floods in Mai Mahiu. The Interior Ministry stated that 53 people in Mai Mahiu were reported missing. Meanwhile, the Kenyan Red Cross stated that its tracing desk has reported 76 people missing.
The foreign media reported that a tornado struck the southern Chinese city of Guangzhou on Saturday, killing 5 people and damaging more than 140 factory buildings. The China Meteorological Administration said that the tornado struck about 3 p.m. in the Baiyun district of Guangzhou, a sprawling metropolis and manufacturing center near Hong Kong. Videos posted online showed a mid-afternoon sky darkened by storm clouds and debris swirling up into the air. Authorities stated that another 33 people were injured and 141 factory buildings were damaged. Tornado warnings were issued for other parts of Guangzhou. Furthermore, there were unconfirmed reports that a second tornado appeared to have hit another district in the city later in the afternoon.
The ruins of an almost 300-year-old town were resurfaced as searing temperatures in the Philippines partially dried up a major dam. Pantabangan town was submerged in the 1970s to build a reservoir, but it emerges from the water on extremely rare occasions. It appeared as almost half the country experienced a drought, with temperatures reaching highs in several areas. This was the longest the town had ever been above water since the dam was constructed. An engineer of the state agency that operates the country's dams, Marlon Paladin, stated. The extreme heat was disrupted the daily lives of millions as schools were shut for days and office workers were advised to work from home. Furthermore, in the upcoming weeks, the heat will further increase. And that's all the stories for tonight. Do join us tomorrow for more of the very latest. Until then, good night.